Imagine being a 20-year-old powerless woman in Kenya where your husband makes all the decisions and you just found out that you were diagnosed with a high risk type of HPV. But you have no idea what to do now because the doctor told you that the risk of developing cervical cancer is very high because of where you live. In Kenya, HPV, with an emphasis on cervical cancer, among 15 to 44-year-olds is the most common and even the second most common in all age groups. The human papillomavirus, also called HPV, is a sexually transmitted infection caused by unprotected sex or skin to skin contact. Other factors that increase the probability of developing HPV are open cuts, multiple sexual partners, unprotected sex again, a weakened immune system, and more. High risk HPV turns into cancer because the normal cells become cancerous and are not removed in time.
The symptoms of HPV include warts. There are many types of warts. For example, genital warts appear around the genital area. Common warts appear on the hands and feet. Plantar warts appear on the heels or the balls of the feet. And flat warts can appear anywhere. There's also itching in the genital area, and the warts and itching are the only two signs that could be seen and felt, but there are no signs or symptoms at all. And this is the case with cervical cancer. People often develop cervical cancer because they had HPV without knowing and process into cancer. Kenya has the largest and the most diverse economy in East Africa with an average annual growth rate of over 5%. But the country is still very unequal in income, gender, and geographical location. In Kenya, men have the power and women do not really have a voice in their marriage, which includes if they can use protection or not, how many children they're allowed to have, or even when they can have children. Kenya has a population of roughly 50 million, including their official language, Swahili, and English. Their religion is mostly indigenous, Catholic, Muslims, and Christian belief groups. Their religion opposes premarital sex, and this shows that women can get HPV from their husband.
The environment of Kenya is known for its iconic landscapes and very diverse biodiversity. Even though Kenya has beautiful landscapes and many different plants and animals, depending on the part that you live in, many resources are not available, including nutritious foods, medicine, and doctors. These lack of resources makes it hard for the women to receive the proper treatment. And even before they contract HPV, they are not able to receive the vaccines or condoms.
Our plan for the woman in Kenya is to set up regular screenings that include pap smears. The pap smear is when you go to the doctor and they insert a Q-tip type of instrument into the vagina and they collect cells from the cervix to see if the cells are cancerous or not. Our recommendation for women ages 21 to 29 is to have these tests performed every 3 years, and those ages 30 to 65 continue to have pap tests every 3 to 5 years. And if they are over the age of 65 and their results are negative 3 times in a row, they can stop with their testing. As a preventative measure, we recommend that the young females aged 9 to 26 receive the HPV vaccine. A common brand is Gardasil, and this vaccine can help prevent the girls from getting HPV and cervical cancer later on in life. Gardasil works by strengthening the immune system and fighting off the HPV virus. Also, when the vaccine first enters the person's system, it develops antibodies because it determines that the vaccine is foreign. It fights off the virus because the body thinks that is the Gardasil.
The most important way for women to avoid getting HPV is by educating them, because when the women are educated, they are able to stand up for themselves and feel more empowered. You cannot always stop women from engaging in sexual activity, but a way to slow down and prevent the spread of HPV is by using protection in the form of condoms. A lot of times, nutrition plays a role in the progression of HPV, because having an unbalanced diet that is high in lipids and does not have certain vitamins can lead to the immune system not being able to fight off the HPV infection. A way to strengthen the immune system and fight off HPV so that it does not turn into cancer is by eating more seafood, eating enough vitamins, and also foods that are high in acid.